Welcome to Earth2 Comic Cast, where superheroes exist and comic book talk is the norm. It's your boy Mo Crosby. I am back, and every time you see this particular set of people with a particular set of skills, we are doing our my favorite show. Earth2 ranks everything, and we're going to rank today epic Game of Thrones battles. We're not gonna pick because if we go through 8 seasons, there's a lot of them. A lot of smaller battles and, small fights. But now we're not going small fights and small battles. We're going big boys. So, along to do this cast with me, I have Double R, Ray. Oh, and Roy. Double R, because never mind. Yeah.
Triple R, too. So
you were waiting. I was like, oh, no, it's Double R. Rough Riders.
I heard that, and I looked at it and went, does he mean Triple R?
No, I mean Double R, Ray, and Roy.
Triple R. There's too many R's in my name.
So. And of course, KB from Lovecraft Country, from what was it? The Boys, from what's the other one on HBO? Help me out, man. Watchmen. KB, you've been here a couple times. You're not new to this. You're true to this. So. Right. I'm glad to have you on this show because you haven't done this show or a full run.
No, we did the Robin.
Yeah. You didn't do the full run, so hopefully you can stay for the full run. It's not a comic book, sir. Yeah. Anyways, so we did Robin, we did Dark, we did Nolan. Was the last show we did. Very controversial show. It set off the chat. Hopefully we can create controversy with this, but I don't know if we could do that on a Game of Thrones kind of battle show because it's very specific, right? This is not like a freestyle Nolan thing. This one is going to be so. On this one, we're gonna talk about it this way. So we're gonna go by battles, then we're gonna go by moments, key players, the winner, MVP, and maybe a takeaway before we rank. So we're not just gonna throw a rank out there. We're going to actually discuss it a little bit, not like the Nolan one where the first movie.
To help me out, so I can remember which battles we're talking about.
All right,
I'm going to need a small summary of the battle before we start talking about it.
Okay, great.
Who was fighting what or whatever.
All right, so yes.
Because it's been so long
Game
a lot of them almost merged together for me.
Yes, so
that was a good call, Ray. Good call.
Wow, it's not like I planned it or anything.
A year? Or 2 years?
Yeah, it's not like I planned to do this podcast or anything. But Ray, thank you very much. All right, so we're gonna do 7 battles, and I'm gonna give you the 7 battles we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing in no particular order. We're gonna be doing the Battle of the Bastards, the Battle of Castle Black, the Battle of Blackwater, the Battle of Winterfell, the Battle at Hardhome, the Battle Beyond the Wall, and then we're going to be doing the Loot Train Attack. So 7 battles in total. The Battle Beyond the Wall I added later because I thought it was a very interesting moment. A lot of interesting things happened. I don't really know if it was a battle, more like 7 people fighting zombies, but it felt like a battle because a lot of people and a lot of clang swords and
they spent a lot of money.
They spent a lot. So yeah, we should talk about it. Again, it might be the dumbest battle of them all because they had horses. They could have ridden horses to do but they said, we're gonna spend a lot of money and we're gonna kill a dragon. So why not, right? So yeah, we can call it a battle. Right now, let me show you guys our ranks. We've done this. If you're new to this show, you've seen a ranking system that we've done. But this one, God tier, good enough, just good, okay, forgettable. I should change that to forgettable. And I don't even remember you.
Okay, I have another question.
Yeah.
Are we rating the battles in the Game of Thrones universe, or are we rating them as battles in a TV show?
See, that's a tough one because if we do it as Game of Thrones battles, right? I'm saying I think we should do it as Game of Thrones battles because if we do it as like what you're suggesting, then if we do it as what you're suggesting, I feel like we're gonna run the risk of having a lot of these battles not make the cut.
So basically, what I'm hearing here is there has to be a God tier battle, and there has to be a battle that's the worst because we're rating all Game of Thrones battles within Game of Thrones.
In the context of the TV show.
But
Yes.
can we come back and do that though? That Ray implied, because I would love to do that.
I mean, but the thing is, like, here's the thing: very few TV shows have battles. Even the worst, the worst Game of Thrones battle on a technical level is
It's
like
better
5
than a
million
lot
times better than
of TV shows.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if that's the case, we can have the discussion of whether or not they stack up. So while we rank it as Game of Thrones battles, we can have the conversation of whether or not they stack up as a. Okay, so that works for you, Ray? That works for you, KB?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
All right, great. So the first battle that we're going to be bringing up, obviously, we're doing this by seasons. Thank you, Roy, for that suggestion. But the first battle, please help me out.
Battle of Blackwater.
Battle of Blackwater.
On the Blackwater, Battle of Blackwater Bay, whatever.
Right.
There's like 5 different ways to refer to it.
There is like a lot of ways to say. So Battle of Blackwater Bay. Key players: Stannis Baratheon, Joffrey Baratheon, Tyrion Lannister, Davos Seaworth, Tywin Lannister, Tywin later, Mace Tyrell,
Later.
Yeah, Loras, Braun, Cersei, Sansa later, Podrick, and the Hound. Does anyone need? You guys remember the battle, right?
So I think key story moment to remember. This is the battle where Tyrion's. We're doing full spoilers, right?
Yes, 100%.
This is the where Tyrion gets his face fucked up.
Yes.
This is where the Hound says that
fuck the Kingsguard.
Yeah, fuck the Kingsguard. Sansa, let's run off together. And it's the one where Davos gets blown up and dies.
Yes. So. At the end of the day, so the biggest takeaway of the battle, to me, is where the Hound says "fuck this" and just walks away. This is actually the first big battle in the show. So
yeah,
I would like to say, it's one of the most memorable ones on the show, right?
Yeah, I think it set the tone for what to sort of expect from later battles, because like there was a little bit of hype going in, but like I personally didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, it's just gonna be one of those like horrible like TV battles and nothing important is gonna happen. We're not gonna see much fighting or anything. But, like, I was pleasantly surprised. It definitely it gave me hope for the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
It set a great tone for the series, and it showed that HBO was willing to not hold any punches. I really like that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's one of my favorites. It was also like it's my favorite battle in the books as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it does some really cool thematic things of like showing that, Tyrion saves the Lannister cause, but gets none of the credit, which I think is like a cool, it kind of like undermines a lot of those narratives that you would normally get in fantasy. And Tyrion kind of realized at the end that he threw his life away propping up a shitty king, then it doesn't even get credit for doing it. I think like so great in the consequences. Although in the context of the show, I think it actually creates a problem because every season they make the decision to try to one up the previous season. So, and there's just diminishing returns for me. Like we'll see in the arc, like I increasingly dislike each battle as it goes along, as they just like crank up the production values, but and crank
like
up.
There's only so many times you can go, let's turn it up to 11 before people start going, okay, it's always going to go to 11, whatever.
Yes.
All right.
So, yeah, but I would rate this, I guess, what? I mean, personally, can we just see it real quick? Because good enough is a little too, like, but, like, I would put it at the second highest ranking of good enough. Like, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's... Like he was saying, like good enough doesn't sound right, but I wouldn't call it God tier. Does that make sense?
So should we change that? Should we change that then? Have it more suitable to like?
Because you have just good under, and then it's like just good enough.
Yeah,
it doesn't make much sense.
I would do good and then good enough, like
Oh, so switch. So just
I would replace good enough with pretty good.
Okay. And then just good or just good. Pretty. I don't know how to spell good. It's the second time on this show. Good. All right.
See, I would put it good. But
Wow.
Just because there were two other ones that I remember better and I appreciate it more. So.
Okay, so that's fair. So we're kind of like in a good, pretty good kind of phase, right?
Yeah.
How would you rank this in terms of cinematic battles or TV battles?
And see, that's where I come in my dilemma, because there were others that were shot better than this one.
I'm not saying on Game of Thrones level. I'm just saying in media.
It's better than a lot of shows.
I mean, every battle is better than every other show. like, honest to goodness, is there another TV show? Like, whatever you think about the battles at the end of the day, like, is there any show that did battles like at this level?
At this time, I would put that battle that they had on Walking Dead at the prison. That one I would probably compare to this.
That's
battle.
fair. And that was roughly contemporaneous, right?
I stopped watching Walking Dead before that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't see that prison that prison battle was pretty good.
I tapped out in the middle of the second. All right, so like I'm going on a tangent here.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this.
I was
on
super
pretty good.
into the Walking Dead comics, like super into them. So when they were like, "Oh, we're making a TV show," I was like, "I'm in. I'm here for it." And like that first season, like there were so many changes that I was like, you know what? It's a separate show. I can live with it. You know, like it's not. They don't want to be like. They don't want to copy the comic over. They don't want to copy and paste or whatever. Understand it. Let's go with it. And then like the second season, they just dragged and dragged and they were looking for some little girl. It just dragged and dragged and dragged. And they got to the Herschel farm or whatever it was. And like, I think that episode had something about a zombie in a well, something like that. And at that point, I was kind of like, you know what? I'm done with this show because like this whole thing where they're searching for this little girl for like forever, she's dead. Just leave it alone. Like she's been missing for how many weeks now? And a zombie? Nah, you know what? No. And I signed up for the show like right there, and I never went back.
That's fair. Yeah. All right, the next battle coming up, fellas, is I think season 4's Battle of Castle Black. This I thought was really interesting. Key players: Jon Snow, Ygritte, Samuel Tarly, Alistair Thorne, Tormund, Ollie, Pip, and Gilly. Gren. I think the wildlings are in this, so we have a lot of wildlings. Ghost is a player in this. A lot of people argue that the best moment of this battle is when Ygritte dies. You know, when what's his name? Wasn't it Ollie that killed?
Ollie, yeah.
Yeah, Ygritte on this, and a lot of people say Jon Snow is the winner of this battle. A lot of people also give the MVP to Gren and the 5 men that took the giant down. The biggest takeaway, other than Ygritte's death, is you find that Jon actually steps up to be the leader in this. In the books, I feel like this battle is a lot more epic and better than it was on the show. This is not my fight, so fellas, go ahead.
All right. I don't remember anything about this battle. Like, I know it happened. I don't remember anything about it.
I remember
I remember like flashes from it, but nothing for me to go, oh, I want to go watch that. Like, you ever get that feeling where you're like, oh, I remember this scene from this show, and you go search it up on YouTube to watch it so you can see that scene again. I've never done that for this battle.
The funniest thing, right, is I do not remember you, right?
Well, yeah. I'll say I remember this battle, and it is my favorite. So,
wow.
Well, one, it's my second favorite battle in the books, but I just think I think it's really well shot because they built an entire set that's just the wall, and they can they do all this 360 come around, come in, really cool cinematic stuff. It has actual stakes, and it has an actual emotional moment for the core character that it's built around. That isn't just pretentiously trying to say something about war and peace, like a later battle we're going to get to, and it instead is drawn from the characters and is a really good combination of adapting something that I think you're right, Mo. It's really more. It's even more epic in the books.
Oh, it's so epic in the books.
They cut a lot of the supporting characters from the Night's Watch for the show, right? So it loses a bunch of those characters die in the book, and it kind of narrows it down. And I think it does. It makes some really, really good decisions about how to adapt a battle that means a lot in the context of the book, but in the show doesn't, because the wall storyline is so neglected for a long time on the show until it isn't. Suddenly it becomes the main thing they spend.
The most important thing. Yeah.
And so I think that really, to me, actually, there's declining enjoyment of the battles from this point. I mean, I do think the show goes off the rails after the 4th season. So some of that is also increasingly off the rails after the 4th season. So that's some of it. But for me, I would put this is my God tier battle. This is the one I look back on and is this is sort of also the moment of my highest love of the show. So that might also be doing it. But I understand that you all are going to rate it as it's forgotten. But I guess that might be defending it. I'm not going to rate it how you want.
You didn't even let KP go. Let KP go.
I mean, the prophecy is fulfilled. Dude, I barely remember this. I remember bits and pieces of it, but
I would give Roy a shot here because
I think
the cool. Go ahead.
I think it's important to understand why Roy likes it so much. Like for Roy, it's about the characters and his comparison to the book. Right. For me, it's I'm here for the battle, not at the battle and the stakes, and there didn't seem to be on the TV show anyway. There didn't seem to be much in the way of stakes. The characters that are dying, your characters that are dying, your characters that I'm whatever.
You didn't care about, right?
You were all right, but I didn't really. I don't care about you. Whatevs.
And to be fair, Egret was annoying up to that point.
Man, I was completely indifferent to him. Less annoying, more indifferent.
Right.
So yeah, to me, that entire battle.
I would give Roy a shot here because when they were climbing the wall, that looked about the coolest thing I'd ever seen on TV. It looked so cool.
That's not a battle, though.
I know, but that is pre-battle. That is leading up to the battle. I mean, that looked good, but yeah, it's really one of the. It's really one. I feel like if they did it how it was in the books, I mean, if they gave you the characters and they gave you the stakes, the same stakes in the books,
that is a running issue with the TV show because so many things are removed from it,
to make it work.
Ultimately, it cheapens and reduces whatever connections you would have with characters that you would lose along the way,
right.
Because so many characters are missing that we've all fallen in love with in the books. It's just whatever. I don't care about this guy. This guy's a nobody in the book.
Right.
So when characters that we're supposed to care about die, it's I don't. They tell me I'm supposed to care about it, but I don't actually care about it.
Yeah, but I mean, Egret dying, it's kind of
it depends on how invested you are. A big portion of the fandom was very invested in the John Egret stuff at the time, right?
Yes.
But now the thing is, this is this happened in the first half, right? It was 8 seasons, right?
Yeah.
So the first half, and then that it feels like a lifetime ago, right? That season 4 came out, right? And that was one of the things I was reflecting on this show. Was that so much of the early stuff in the show is so forgotten by both the showrunners and the fans by the time you get to the finale that it at the time Egret dying was a huge thing, particularly for the show exclusive folks who weren't spoiling themselves with the books.
Right.
So but that emotional beat really rings hollow when 4 years later John you never. Egret just stops being an entity. You know what I mean? And because you're not in John's head, and they never write dialogue where he's the love of my life is dead.
They don't inform. They don't inform. Like you don't feel the loss of that character later on. Like there's no hole. It's like Tasha Yar dying in Next Generation. What did Tasha Yar really do before she died? Not much. But when she died, there was a hole on the crew. Like, and you felt that through the rest of the series. Wasn't the same as the grid.
Yeah, you never felt that with her dying in this series.
Roy, it's unfortunate. You know you like this battle, but I do not remember you. And
I believe you all into putting.
You know what?
Third Nolan Batman movie is the best Nolan movie, so I deserve to take my life.
I'm gonna fight for Roy here and move it up one more, because like it's three of us taking the bottom one, and like he's putting his god tier.
No, because he really is. So where do you go?
There's no way that can go in the bottom because like
the other one is I'm not sure where you go. Does that work?
Yeah.
Because it's like you could be I do not remember you. You could be I'm not sure where you go. So
yeah, let's put it there.
Like I'd move it up because like we're talking about his gods here. Like if we're doing averages, there's no way it's at the bottom.
Right. All right. So Roy's miracle. Roy's like a miracle worker because the Nolan cast and this one, like, come on, Roy. let's work. So
Gotta be good at something.
Yes. So the next battle that we're talking about here is the battle at Hardhome. I absolutely think this could be like a god tier battle. Hey. I think this could be a god tier battle, right?
Let's run through what happened.
All right, so let's do it. So the key players here: Jon Snow, Tormund. You know, he's trying to get the other wildlings to come join his cause. The Night King. Listen. All right, the best moment from this is obviously the meme, the meme moment, and the winner,
the Michael Jackson dance,
right?
From what was it? Remember the Time,
right? The winner is obviously the Night King in this battle. MVP you could say is Jon Snow, because he does kill a was it a
White Walker? Is that what they call them?
Yeah,
White Walkers, right?
So he slays one of them. So I think you can give him like the MVP of the battle, but obviously the winner. You know, I think this is where you learn. Is this how he learns? No. This is not.
This is how he learns that Valerian
Steel kills them. Yeah, because up to this point it was Dragon Glass, right? Now it's like Valerian Steel works just as well. So yes, this is the battle at Hardhome, fellas. I think this is a really epic one. No stakes?
No. There were stakes.
Okay, great.
There were stakes, but like I couldn't remove myself from how stupid the entire thing was.
Oh no, we're gonna get to a stupider one.
like there was no excuse for them to be that stupid about the whole thing. Like, what was their reason for doing it again? They wanted to bring something back?
No. Oh, I think you're confusing this battle. Hardhome is when they go to convince the other wildlings that hey,
all right.
This one ain't that one.
Oh, this one ain't that one. We're gonna get to that one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the one where the wildlings after man, the ones who didn't go south of the wall when Stannis beats them up. This is the ones that are they're still north of the wall. Jon's trying to save them, and get them to come below the wall, and they get attacked. Right. You know.
Okay.
I thought it was epic.
All right.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering the correct one now, like I wouldn't call it epic. I'd call it just good.
Okay.
Well, just almost barely good. You know, like sure there were stakes, but again, like the only thing I cared about at that point was Jon getting what he wanted. I didn't really feel anything with regard to the stakes of the battle. Like if all the wildlings had died, John would have gone back home. They would continue doing whatever it was they were doing.
Right. I mean, that's very true.
So like, no, it's for me. It's just okay.
Okay. Roy?
I'm very like half and half. I think there's a lot to really like about this battle. I think it's well staged. I think the stakes are pretty good, but there's just so much stupidity around it. Like and like stuff that I just like do not like how they do like the other White Walkers like above them on the cliff and staring at them looking all grumpy. And then a couple of them come down and John fights them. It's like, it feels like a battle, like a quick time battle sequence in a video game. At certain points, and then
it was like Dragon Ball Z.
Not Dragon Ball Z, but like if you're playing like Telltale Game of Thrones, and it's like, oh, you gotta rescue these people. Press square, press triangle, dot. Like it's just like it feels a little that. And then I hated when the Night King. Yeah, this like I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then he just walks on the thing. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm so cool. And I'm like, no. Why did you? It's like no, and it was honest goodness because like this was the same episode I think that they have where Stannis kind of like just shows up, and there's like 5 guys around Stannis, and he gets killed by the Boltons. I think this is the same episode, at least the same season, and I'm like, pardon my French, fuck this. Like this show, like what the fuck is going on with this show now? I came to really despise this show by the time it ended. I was
KB.
You know,
man,
I had this one at God's here. You guys like really slaughtered it.
Hey, work a miracle, man. Work a miracle. It could come up.
I mean, I thought that part was cool at first. But then I sat back and I thought about it. I was like, you know, that was kind of dumb. But like, it made me cool. It made it cool to me because it made me remember the Ultron thing, the all of me against all of you line. And I was like, that also makes this dumb. So, yeah.
Okay.
You guys are right.
That's an interesting one. So are we gonna call it an okay battle? I don't know where you go. Yeah. Okay, right? I think it's an okay battle.
I'd personally put it in okay, but I don't know where you guys go.
Yeah, okay. Okay is fine.
I think it's okay because
here's the thing. Hold up. Here's the one thing about it. I watching that the first time I saw it, like my blood pressure was pumping because it created stakes and it was like a sense of like claustrophobia watching that whole battle. It's like, dude, it feels trapped. Like that's why I was like, I liked it when I first saw it. Like going back and watching it now, I was like, it does kind of suck. But your first time watching it live and everything, it's like that was a cool, dope battle.
That's completely fair.
And I think you're right when you talk about a lot of these battles, right? Because it's all about the first time watch. The first time watch is when you go back and you sit through it again, and you're like, what the hell? Because it's a lot of like Game of Thrones. I think what HBO was like, okay, we're gonna space our seasons out so much so everyone just gets that initial shock, or even if like when you're binging it with someone who's just watching it for the first time, you're also caught up in their excitement of it. So a lot of things change when you sit down yourself. So yes, Kyle, I'll give you that. And it's not moving from okay. I'm sorry, you couldn't work a miracle on this one.
No, it's bad.
I do agree with you, KB, that it does set the stakes really well. Like the question is, I don't think it executes those stakes super well, but I think that it does a good job with that, and it does a pretty good job of showing like how overwhelming the White Walkers could be. It just like doesn't stick the landing. I guess with that, that's how I would describe it. You know, 6 years later.
And you felt like that Jon Snow was vulnerable in that whole thing, and I think that's what they did right. They showed he was a vulnerable character, and they've already established, hey, look, anybody can be cannon fodder at any given time on the show, except for Jon Snow. But that's what they did.
Is this the season where he dies right after this episode? Does he?
No, we
have to wait a whole season.
I think we talked about that one already. I think he's dead already. He came back.
No, he dies after.
No. He hadn't died.
Wasn't it after Winterfell when he died? No, not Winterfell.
No.
Castle Black when he died?
I think
after Castle Black.
No, he died because this is the season right after, right? Castle Black. Because
he dies in season 4, comes back in season 5.
So this is season 4. So he must die right after this.
Yeah, during this battle, he was still Lord Commander of the Night Watch.
Oh,
I think they kill him because so many Night's Watch people.
Yeah, because so many Night's Watch people come. No, come through, and then I think the Night's Watch are like, "Oh wow, you're bringing these guys over here, die."
Yeah.
For the Watch. For the Watch.
Ollie, what a piece of shit that little kid is.
I love that because I'm not a fan of. You know what? Never mind. The next battle is, I believe, Battle of the Bastards, because that was a season 6. Yeah, season 6. So Battle of the Bastards. Now this one, a lot of people are, well, me included. I'm like, yeah, this is going up there. This is up there battle. Obviously MVP is Jon Snow.
Nope.
MVP. I'm sorry. MVP and the winner is Sansa Stark. I'm sorry, you're right. MVP and the winner, because I'm not even gonna give Jon Snow the win. A lot of people want to give him the win. A lot of people want to give him MVP.
You can't give Jon Snow the win because
he almost died again.
You understand why he did the dumb things he did in this battle.
Yes,
but he still fucked up because sure. What's his name? Ramsay had the high ground, but like John knows. Well, it is what it is.
I know.
John knows the terrain. It's his home turf. There's no excuse for him to lose that battle, but his emotions got the better of him, which, again, perfectly fine. That's what I would have done in that situation.
Yeah, your brother. You just saw your brother die.
Right. He is the reason they started losing that battle.
Yes.
So he's not anywhere near MVP for that.
He's the reason. Yes, he's the reason Sansa gets the MVP and the dub for this battle.
Yep.
You're supposedly the Lord Commander. You're a general, my guy. You've actually fought in a couple battles, so you know.
I can't give him shit.
There's no
that's his brother. Like,
and honestly, no.
Ramsay played that.
I'm saying even before that, before he got into the point of the dumb, like the cool dumb thing, because it's a cool thing, but it's also pretty dumb. Before he got to that moment when Sansa is sitting here telling you, listen, I've actually lived with this guy. I know how he thinks.
Yeah.
What you're doing maybe is smart if you're looking at another general, if you're fighting somebody else. Right. Not this, so 100% Sansa MVP dub. But this battle is God tier.
Because this is my favorite battle in game.
Yes.
This is like, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
You know what? Let's stop talking for a second, because I feel like Roy has been ready to go on this one. So go ahead.
I'm gonna save my white hot dragon fires. KB, do you want to talk up this battle before?
No, I want you to bring your shade.
No, bring it.
The best thing about this battle is I just wanted to be over the whole time because I fucking wanted Ramsay Snow to be dead. I was so sick of that character by the time that this show came. Like, I hate it. Like, Ramsay started off as a cool, interesting villain. Then they just ran him into the ground, where he was super competent, torturing everybody. So like some half-ass Game of Thrones Joker.
He was
like
smart
that.
Though in the beginning. I absolutely loved him in the beginning.
So sick of the character. Like, I just wanted the show to move on. I'm so happy that he died. But I think that what this battle suffers from is pretension. Like there's a lot of like really, really cool setup. And I think we're all talking about this. Like, Jon has a plan, but he throws it out because his brother gets murdered in front of him, and then they get rescued at the last minute by Sansa. That sounds really cool. But in the middle of that is this nonsensical Roman battle. Like, it's based on a Roman battle. That's not how middle-aged people fight. Like, they're not even like, suddenly they're fighting in a way that's completely different than how any other battle in the entire show goes. They got shields and planks, and they're like stabbing each other like Roman legions and Greek soldiers, and suddenly that's what they're doing. Okay, sure. And then Jon gets crushed out under bodies, and it's all zoomed in, and you're like, oh man, it's clearly trying to tell you, war sucks. There are no heroes. War is terrible. Yes, I know war is terrible. Like, I can go and read a history book about how war is terrible, or watch any of these like serious movies about war. Not my fantasy show where there's a dragon floating over there burning people. Sure, this is the time and the place for you to mediate on the nature of war. So you have this Roman battle dumped on top of this medieval fantasy, You have the pretensions of D&D who just want out of the show by this point and are just, well, what can we do with HBO's money? Well, let's see what we can do here. Let's make our statement about the nature of war and peace in this battle. I don't know. And it's just at the end of the thing, the main thing, I was like, thank God Ramsay actually died at the end. That's all I wanted to have happen, and that did happen.
That's fair.
So that I appreciate, but everything else about this battle, I hate. It is my least favorite of these battles. Well, that's not true. Because there's one that I forgot existed until you brought it up again. So.
Oh man, I can't wait till we get there.
So
look, man,
I'm a bit more superficial about this battle. Like I
like the pretension. I like the pretension of this battle. I'm sorry.
I'm not watching Game of Thrones for them to tell me how bad war is. He's right about that. But it also meant like when they were trying to jam that down his throat or mine or whatever, I just didn't see it.
I didn't see it
because that's not what I was there for. I'm not. I didn't care about the subtext. I was here to see a battle. So like the reason I rate this battle so high, like remember that first battle, how like there was so much tension, like oh man, this is serious. Shit's gonna go down. Blah blah blah. Like this battle replicated that for me.
Yes,
there was a lot of tension going in, and then when things kick off, it started off with for me it was an oh shit, which I didn't get out of any other battles in the series. So like. It's definitely God tier for me, like, despite all the dumb moves that were made during this battle. And yes, he's absolutely right about the whole, like, Roman Legion shield crush thing.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of cute.
Like, I understand what he's saying, but, like, if I was someone who didn't know anything about that, and I had not read the books,
it looked so cool.
This would be an intense battle for me.
It just looked super cool.
Yeah, it looked cool. It was out of place if you know what's going on.
Right.
But like I said, like it was stuff I could ignore. It didn't bother me personally.
Right.
Straight up, it's my favorite battle.
And also to give Roy his props, the best thing of this battle is everyone wanted Ramsay dead. And you got that.
Yeah. Everyone wanted him dead, but
and he also got his ass kicked.
There was a point there where if you didn't know anything about this show,
right?
Well, if you're only watching this show and knew nothing else, you'd be like, "Oh shit, he's gonna kill John. John's gonna die again." Like there was a point in there where it definitely felt like that.
And honestly, at no other point, at no other battle, even the ones we're going to be talking about in the future, did you ever feel that again? And so, I'm sorry, Roy.
No.
Yeah. There was the way how it was shot was perfect. Like. This was shot like a real battle. Like I get what you're saying with the Roman stuff, but honestly, I don't care. Like it was perfect.
That's fair.
It looked cool, man. It was really cool looking. So,
there's God.
Wow, Roy, this is not your miracle today.
Yeah.
I said my piece. That's all that matters to me.
Right, but you did get a miracle in bringing.
Wait, where did Roy rate it though? Like, because if Roy has it,
what did you?
I guess it would be. I'm not sure where to go. Like, where I put it, because I do remember it, obviously, because I have such strong opinions. But I would definitely not sure where to put it because we don't have like a bad. Like, I just really did not enjoy watching this battle at the time. And when I've rewatched the series, whenever season 8 came out, that was 2 years ago, a year ago.
Jesus, you rewatched the series?
Yeah,
that's a lot of watch. I'll tell you this. The reason I don't think I have a bad here, right, is what we discussed earlier. There's no absolutely ugly, stupid, bad battle. It's just why are you here? Most battles are why you here. It's not because, again, in the context of looking at all the battles, they look good. They look cool. And, aesthetically, some of them are shot really well, like Battle of the Bastards, epic, Hard Home. But then it's not bad. It's just
but this one was perfect. Like the lighting, the score, like there was a lot that they did right with this battle.
Oh yeah, the build up to where Sansa comes in. Yeah, I love that.
Like the stakes, everything about this, like even from the beginning, like that calm period when the brother was supposed to run to the other side.
Zigzag, man. Zigzag.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Zigzag.
I gotta say with what Roy was saying when the cavalry showed up, right? Like in that crush, it was spears and shields, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was no excuse for the cavalry to run them over. Like all they had to do was drop their shields and do what spears do: take care of cavalry.
Right. All right. So the next battle is the loot. The looting. How do I say this? Help me out. Spoils of War is the episode, but it's we'll call it the loot train attack. This was when the Lannisters were moving. We're trying to steal, gold from.
They took all the gold from the Tyrells that they
from the Tyrells,
confiscated,
right? And
food
and all that. So this is the key players: Daenerys, Tyrion, Jaime, Bronn, and the Dothraki. I feel like this is the first time we really saw the Dothraki fight. I believe
with budget, because they kind of
with budget.
Because if you notice in the first season, which is like the only other major season with the Dothraki, they always like zoomed into them. Like, don't look behind the. No,
we don't have enough. We don't have enough people, so just watch the little four that we have in front of you.
What was that? Remember the Spartans?
So
like horses are really expensive. We didn't realize it when we were budgeting the show.
So this is the first time we really saw the Dothraki fight. What do you guys think?
I think
we saw dragon.
Good, but it looked good, but that's about all I can say about it. Like it wasn't really a battle in the sense that I didn't feel like there were any.
You had the dragon.
I didn't feel like there were any real stakes that I cared about. Number one,
right?
And number two, it was a blowout. It was a blowout. It's I can't call it a battle. It was
right.
Shooting fish in a barrel. So no.
I mean, the dragon did get hit that one time.
Yes, and again, the entire thing looked good.
Mm-hmm.
It just, for me, it was just a battle that was what else? I mean, it looks good. I'm enjoying watching it, but it wasn't intense, or it didn't satisfy me as a battle.
Right. So I'm with you there. It looks cool, looking at the dragon do its thing, the fire, all of that was really great, but you can skip it.
Yeah.
So I guess
it's the only time though that we actually see Dany do anything in the show, like when it comes to fighting the other factions. I guess there's, I don't know. I don't think are we talking about the final battle at King's Landing, which is only the other time that Dany.
I mean, we could put that as honorable mentions, but
that has the same.
That is also a blowout.
Exactly, because it's like okay.
And in that one, the main battle should have been the Clegane Bowl that everyone was expecting, and we got that.
Sort of.
I think
something. So everything was so disappointing about that.
If we're gonna talk about that, I think by that point I was ready to tap. I'd already tapped out from Game of Thrones. I was
but you just wanted to see how it ended.
I just want to see how this ends. I don't care anymore. That's it.
I think Mo and I tapped the whole time during the finale. I was like, "Yo, this is garbage."
The finale was white heart garbage.
Wow. Yeah. Why are we talking about the finale?
Okay.
So,
because you
do not remember this.
But I think that I agree with you. I think it's of the back half of the back third of the season. This is my favorite battle. I think it's much more visually interesting than the final battle against the White Walkers. Certainly more than the one we're going to get to next, or the finale battle. There's not a lot of stakes. I just think that it is really well executed. So I would put it as good, or it's one step below good. But I'll bring it up real quick.
Let's take a look at this.
Okay,
so
okay, good or okay is kind of where I would put it, because it does what it wants to do, right? That show Dany is dangerous and bring her onto the stage of Westeros. They don't do anything with that, basically, for the whole.
I mean, she did kill what's his name's brother, so.
He does get 8, and Dad. They get 8.
Yeah. So I'm saying I don't know where you go, because I it's. I mean, the Dothraki look cool.
The dragon looked cool.
The dragon looked cool.
But it was the cheat code.
Everything about it looked good, but I just was not invested.
Yeah, I don't know if we can call it a battle, as Ray said, because there almost no fighting. It was like we're just gonna kill everybody and have the it looked cool because the Dothraki was like, first of all, the Dothraki was a cheat code, and then the dragon coming in.
Right.
You ever play Doom on God mode?
Yeah. That's all first-person shooters like God mode.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we putting this? I'm saying I don't know where you go. Roy said okay. The rest of you guys?
Okay.
I don't know where I'd put it.
So I don't know where you go.
I don't know where it goes.
Wow,
right,
we have
Most deciding vote, buddy. It's your show.
Don't do this. Yeah, I don't know where you go. I honestly don't know where you go. Because I want it to be good. But then points were made. Next battle. I don't know if this is one I don't know if I'd call a battle per se, but this is the battle beyond the wall. This is the dumbest thing Game of Thrones ever did. Like flat out.
This is the one I thought the last one was.
Yes.
Well, not the one we just talked about. The other one we talked about.
Because this should have never been a battle. It should have never been a battle. It should never. I think if you wanted to kill a dragon, because that is the big takeaway from this. I'm giving the Night King the MVP for this because he hit that dragon.
Yeah.
From 50 yards down the field.
Downtown.
He Steph Curry the hell out of that dragon.
Throw it. It took him like 15 minutes to throw the thing.
Yeah, because he was like, you know what? If I'm gonna hit a perfect shot in a battle against the wind,
like, what's the wind like?
What was that game on Nintendo where it was like 2-on-2 basketball with like the different
NBA
spots?
Jam.
Yeah,
NBA Jam. That's why I said from downtown.
Downtown, like
from downtown.
Like, in the defender's face. This is listen. I can't, and this should have been. I mean, we remember the battle, obviously, so you can't call it an I don't remember you.
I actually had forgotten about it until you brought it up again.
Oh, okay, great. Yes, we have an I don't remember you. Any I don't remember you? Come on, I don't remember you.
I remember it, but I remember it specifically because it was so dumb.
I don't know where you go.
And to be really on it. Oh, sorry, KB, go ahead.
No, I was saying the whole setup and everything was dumb. The whole plot. It was just like, we just got to get this plot from A to B, and we got to create something where
we need to kill a dragon.
They have dragons on their side,
and we have to have our characters meet for the first time. A lot of our characters who haven't really met, we have to have them meet and talk. That's it.
You know what it was?
Stupid.
You know what it was? They wanted to show the audience that the Night King could raise a dragon, and they had to get it. Had to show that scene for that wow factor. And they could have went about it a different way, I think.
Oh, if you were a YouTube reaction person at the time, you made all your money on that episode because you reacted to the dragon's eye. Because they didn't even really show you the dragon waking up. It was just the eye open and it was blue. And like, oh my God! Every reaction person on YouTube made money because everybody probably watched your reaction to that. Honestly, that's what that was for.
That's all it was.
I don't really care about the battle, so I'm not sure where you go is where I'm putting this one at the end.
I mean, this is where we need a special. This is garbage. Like,
yeah, that was really garbage.
Because to be honest with you, it's also the closest to a traditional TV show battle. Like,
I remember this battle, but I'm gonna stick it in. I don't remember you because like it's the worst battle in Game of Thrones. Like, hands down, it's going at the bottom.
Yes. They
threw good money after that. Are we okay? Are we okay with this? So yeah. This is what I did. You slash. So we're okay with this, right?
Can we blame this episode on the Double D's doing this?
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. And the last battle. Wow, look at we're doing good. The last battle is obviously Battle of Winterfell. Okay, this is the one where everyone the next day was complaining about not being able to see anything.
Mm-hmm.
Key players,
trash, garbage, hot
Okay.
garbage,
Okay.
trash
Okay.
salad. Like
Key
what?
players: Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen, Arya Stark, Sansa Stark, Tyrion, Melisandre, Jorah, Lyanna, Theon. Oh, Lyanna was in this. Yeah, Lyanna, Theon Greyjoy, Bran. I would give my MVP to Lyanna. Seriously.
That little girl did try her best.
Yes, the Hound, Beric, the Dothraki, the Unsullied, and yeah.
I think personally, I like this battle. Everyone gives it shit, and like
that's because we
couldn't
see.
A lot of it.
I'm everyone.
A lot of it is.
That's because we couldn't see.
Listen, I watched this in the middle of the night. When I watch shows I like, or usually when I watch anything, I turn off my lights. It's just me and the TV. You know, I watched it and I didn't have any issues seeing what was going on in the battle.
Fantastic, good for you. Let me tell you how I watched this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how I watched
this. I'm not done yet. I'm not done
okay,
yet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like this battle put the final battle in the show to shame, in my opinion. Because the final battle in the show, it's like, whatever. Don't care. That. She's got dragons. They're gonna lose. This battle, we had the undead dragon versus the other two dragons. We had the Dothraki getting their shit wrecked.
Lights turned out. Pretty much.
Oh my god, that was so dumb. I'm sorry.
A lot of dumb things happened in this battle, but didn't change the fact that it was a decent battle. They were up against overwhelming odds, and they lost some people, but all in all, it's a pretty good battle.
Okay, this is where I counter. Everything you said, everything that you said was spot on, right? But with the battle itself, what main character died? Like they took that completely off the table. Like even in like real death scenarios, like it just didn't happen. So the stakes really weren't there, or there was no payoff. It's the last season.
To me, the stakes are about fearing that these characters would die or that they would lose, not whether or not a character died or not.
Yeah, but it was kind of unrealistic at some points in time because did you notice the camera angles at times when like this group of people is surrounded by White Walkers, and then it's like, oh, well, there's no way out of it. Then next camera angle, no, the White Walkers were actually further back than where they really were.
So you're saying, KB, that they strategically made it to look one way, and then it's like, oh no, they were never in any real danger because I caught that feeling.
Like just kidding, we're not really going to kill this person off right now,
right? But I also never felt like with KB, I never felt like anyone was gonna die. I mean, yes,
that's bad.
With Arya, remember that one time she literally was overwhelmed, and you thought this was it for her,
and
but
she dropped the knife.
Right. Not even that. With what's his name? With the people in the crypt, because again, you're facing the night. Oh, my head. You're facing the Night King, who can bring people back from the dead. Literally, and you decide. You know what?
They have the character that's supposed to be one of the smartest characters in the series, right? Like Tyrion tells us.
Somebody in a writer's room got paid to suggest that. Somebody in a writer's room suggested that, and everybody nodded, saying yes. I just want to point that out. Yes. Somebody got paid more than I get paid to do that.
So, Roy, do you have anything you want to chime in?
I'm definitely with KB here. This is awful. Yes. I think that. I think it's set up for failure.
Come on.
You cannot do what they wanted to do, even with HBO throwing them for a TV level, like infinite amount of money.
And having over a year to do this.
Yeah, they still couldn't do it, right? Because you have 3 dragons that need to fight each other, and that needs to have stakes and be cool. You have a zombie army. You have people on horses that are going to fight the zombie army. You have the regular people. You have a giant. Like, there's just too much to pay off in 1 hour-long show, like TV show. Like it is
an hour and a half. It
might have been an hour and a half, but it's still not enough time, and there's not enough money. Like, and that's where a lot of the stupidity comes from.
And they did poor lighting with it. Like, you had this epic dragon fight, and you have these people. Like, mind you, HBO did not waste a dime. So if you watch the lit up version of that, you could see the detail in the dragon's flesh and everything when they're ripping each other apart in the sky and everything. but they didn't show it. Like when you watch the real time version, like, bruh, oh my god, I need something to drink. Like,
I agree. I was very drunk by the end of this episode.
yeah.
So
it was a Sunday too.
You know what's funny? Because Ray said he watched this in the dark by himself. I talked up Game of Thrones so much that I talked some friends into like watching it, and I talked some friends into like, hey, let's have a watch party. So no, I couldn't watch it in the dark with the lights off because it was guests. So I'm not gonna hold hands and watch this, Ray. I watch this in HD and not see a thing. That was the thing that upset me the most. It's not that, again, we've given Game of Thrones a lot of shit for making dumb mistakes. I think that, a lot of the battles have dumb things in them. But a lot of times, especially in the Battle of the Bastards, we said, you know what, it was so good that we overlooked a lot of the dumb mistakes. That, the battle itself was good. The stakes were good, that we overlooked a lot of stuff. This didn't have that. Well, at least for me.
And you know what's insulting about what you just mentioned? Sorry, Ray. But the Battle of the Bastards was a night battle as well. And you could see
No, that was during the day.
No,
that was during the day.
Which
it was Blackwater. Blackwater was the night battle.
Blackwater was the night battle.
Like,
you're right. But you see everything in that battle. But in this battle, it's like, dude, what? Is my contrast messed up? Mm-hmm. Like, it was like, what is this? Like, I'm at 4K Ultra. Like, what is that?
UHD, bro. UHD.
I also think that this is a moment that really just shows the problem with the last season is where they want to outsmart the audience, right? A lot of the emotional stakes of the episode are about Jon, right? Jon's been the character that is like the anchor of all this stupid White Walker shit. But Jon barely does anything in the battle. He gets isolated from the main action through most of it. And it's like this Arya payoff.
Stuck behind a dragon the entire time.
Yeah, like, is this Arya payoff, which Arya is not at all involved with that storyline. So it's like, it's a cool moment. Like, is a cool, like, flashy moment. They were sitting around the White House room. They're like, oh, that's so cool. But it doesn't have any fucking payoff. Like, the whole thing, you're just like, so, like, what's the fucking point of all of this? Like,
even when we did Hard Home, right? We gave Jon a cool moment for killing the White. They're cool. The Battle of Blackwater. There are a lot of cool moments splashed around. When Tyrion loses half his face, that's still a cool moment. Whichever way you want to look at it. Which other one did we do? There's so many cool. The Battle of Wall, right? Egret does. That's a moment. This doesn't have one.
No.
Yeah, and like even like Battle of Bastards, which I didn't like it's still grounded in paying off Jon, Ramsay, and Sansa's storyline. At the end of those are the three characters that were involved. Right.
Imagine if someone else had killed Ramsay, I would have turned the TV off. Because it had to be Jon. It just had to be Jon.
I didn't care who killed him. I just wanted.
And my main, everybody knows my main complaint about this whole battle. They still haven't given us a backstory on the Night King. Like, so.
Oh yeah, that is your main complaint. Like, he's just there.
Yeah.
You built him up so much.
You even killed him. Like, I could have thought they killed him and somebody would have had a revelation. Like, oh my God, that's going to be you, Jon, or something.
I think what they don't mean to cut you off, Roy. Okay. What they should have done is they give us some story about how he was created, right?
Yeah.
I think they should have left that out and just continued with whatever it is that they did. Like, I know a lot of people are sort of invested in knowing more about him, but like, I could appreciate that character as an outside context problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I don't need his story. So like they shouldn't have told us anything about him to begin with. Let's make him a malevolent force of nature and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like the Joker.
You can puzzle out his backstory if you know a lot about the books and the brief thing they give you in the show. Right? I agree with you, Ray. Like, if they wanted to like make you care about the Night King as like a character, as a villain, or like I think they try to give you that backstory in the show to try to like humanize him to make sure not
that's
even,
the problem.
even the Night King is not all bad. And it's like
no, you can't humanize him.
Yeah, and they never even took the time to humanize him.
Well, they tried when they tried to make him smug with his Michael Jackson dance. But,
Okay.
You know, that just sucked.
Oh, they did that in the battle too when Daenerys Dracarys him and he just like gave that little smirk. He gave that little smirk.
Yeah, he did give him a smirk. I thought that was weird when he smirked though. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, he's not the Joker, but yeah, there we have it. So do we just want to honorable mention?
He's definitely more terrifying when he doesn't display any kind of emotion.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So do we want? So that's our list. Those are our battles. Do we want to honorable mention the final battle, which was a huge blowout? This was like New England Patriots when they were like really good with Randy Moss and just mowing everybody down. Like, I mean,
wow, I'm mad you guys put it all the way at the bottom. I am. It
doesn't. Honestly, I'm sorry, Ray. It doesn't deserve to be anywhere else. It's not I'm not sure where you go because it doesn't. It's not I'm not sure where you go battle because. This is a definitive one. This is the battle that the whole show itself set up to. So this can't be I'm not sure where you go.
That was the end of Game of Thrones.
That was the weekend. End game weekend that all of that came up to. It was Thanos versus the Night King, and Thanos won. Yeah. So this is our list. Battle of the Bastards obviously is the lone god tier battle. Blackwater is a pretty good battle because it sets the tone. There is no good battle. There's an okay with hard home. There's a I'm not sure you go because you could be good, you could be okay. We're not really sure with the battle at the wall and the Luke train battle. And the I don't remember you or bad battles are the battle beyond the wall and the battle for Winterfell. Wow, it was pretty good. This was not as controversial as I thought it was going to be. I think because a lot of these are pretty cut and dry. One more thing is I think we were going to discuss if we wanted to where these battles kind of rank in terms of like where like just Game of Thrones battles rank in terms of cinematic. In TV, in media, in all media, where would you put any of these Game of Thrones battles that we've ranked? In all of,
that's a whole episode by itself, to be honest with you.
Oh wow! Okay, great. Then let's go ahead.
Yeah, because because look at 300, the movie 300. You kind of have to look at the Battle of Wakanda, and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of movies.
Helm's Deep.
Like
Helm's Deep.
If we're gonna go like on in the battle skill, I'll have to go to movies. But the next closest thing to it would be like what was that show on Starz? Spartacus.
Yeah.
When I realized 300 was not a good movie was when I saw Spartacus season 1 and I kept saying, "Wow, like this is so much better."
It's so much better.
I think battles on TV shows, like is Buffy and Angel have some battles that are okay. Like thinking in the context of being on UPN and 2002.
I think those are fights, not battles.
Okay. CW did Crisis on Infinite Earths last year.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty, in terms of scale. Having all these characters in it, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, Crisis. Yeah, I mean the thing is like no show will ever be like Game of Thrones. There will never be, I don't think, a fantasy show with the production values of Game of Thrones ever again.
Oh, okay, fantasy because the Expanse.
I hope not.
Expanse spends pretty good money.
Expanse, it does.
Yeah, on their shows.
Expanse still doesn't have the same.
Does Expanse have battles? I've only
they have gunfights.
Seasons. So
they don't have full-fledged battles. They have gunfights.
Don't forget Battlestar Galactica. That has some battles.
Yes.
That show. What about Turn? Does Turn have battles like that though?
Not like no, because it's about spies.
You keep saying Expanse doesn't have battles. I think what you mean is Expanse doesn't have battles that feature the main characters.
I mean, but I would say the main characters are the main characters.
They had a whole battle above Ganymede.
Okay, but do we see it?
Yes.
Oh yeah. You're right. The Martians were happened to be at the point. But I would say, yeah. Other than I would give it that one. There are not a lot of TV battles that were like, oh my god, like on the scale of a Game of Thrones. So if we had to compare, it'd have to be movies like.
It would have to be movies, yes.
So Helm's Deep,
better.
Minus Legolas skateboarding down the stairs. Helm's
amazing.
Minus that. Remove that, and it's a perfect battle. God, I hated that.
Yeah.
I would go ahead and say there's a lot of Lord of the Rings battles. I mean,
are we talking about like? Is it only fantasy here?
Like, we can pull from any
Star Wars battles, which are
like, we can pull from
a part of me wants to say gladiators, but I wouldn't call those fights battles. They didn't have enough people in them.
Yeah.
So 300, as KB said. In terms of,
it does have battles. I mean, it's the whole movie's about.
The whole movie is a big battle. So, but yeah, that's Spartacus the later seasons, because I think the first season didn't really have a battle in it.
Didn't have battles in the first or second season.
Marco Polo.
Was that show any good?
Didn't watch that.
I loved it.
It got canceled out from under it, didn't it?
From 2 seasons, yeah. I liked it because the first season had this really big battle almost at the wall before they got to the wall. Yeah.
The old Netflix.
You know what? How about this?
What I've decided?
A chat party, and like seeing that y'all two haven't seen it, whatever. Let's just all watch it one weekend.
One thing I don't do anymore is watch shows that don't have endings.
Because you're going to be disappointed.
The Witcher has a big battle at the end.
What I've decided now is I'm not watching anything Netflix puts out until it has an ending, and then because I'm done with that. That's fair. 2 seasons and then get canceled. I'm done with that. Like, no.
That's fair.
I just found that they canceled my show Mindhunter, which I'm blown about.
No, I thought they did.
That got canceled by David Fincher, not by Netflix.
Yeah, that wasn't by Netflix. David is like
So what you're telling me is I shouldn't watch past the first season, which I've already watched that because I'm just going to be mad.
No, season 2 is the best, to be honest. It told a great story. Like, mind you, season 2 bookends itself. So, like,
it kind of ends, but then it kind of wants you, like, it kind of ends, but it's like, it ends like, there's more. But anyways, let's not get carried away. One more time, let's show you that the rankings or the rank. We have for our Game of Thrones Ultimate Battle, God Tier Battle is the Battle of the Bastards. Pretty Good is the battle that sets up the tone for the rest of the other battles, is the battle at Blackwater. Helm's Deep, no, not Helm's Deep. Hardhome is an okay. It's an okay battle. I'm not sure where you go is the battle at the wall and the loot train battle. Which again, the loot train one really this. You know what? I think Ray. I'm sorry, Roy. I think we can put this guy in it okay. And you know why I'll do that? I'll do that because there is a battle in here. We can't, because to put it in I'm not sure where you go, it will mean that we're conceding to, because again, the loot train battle, really there's no battle. So I can't bring myself to put it on the same level as that one. So Roy, it goes up a little bit. It's okay. That's like 2 miracles, man. Yo. I don't remember, or the bad battles are the obvious one, where they go beyond the wall, which is really stupid, and the Battle of Winterfell. If we did have the final battle on, I'm pretty sure it would also be bad, because what the fuck? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Walking Dead had great battles. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Thank you for that comment. If you're going to be listening on the podcast, thank you for that. And thank you guys for making the time to come on and debate Game of Thrones battles. I feel like we shouldn't let the next Earth2 Ranks Everything episode go out that far before we decide on what to do. We'll probably head into the chat debate what we need to rank next. But thank you guys a lot. I really appreciate it. KB, thank you. Ray, thank you. Roy, thank you. And we will catch you on the next one.